And now, we honor America with our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention on the field for tournament.
For 47 years, the Colt World Series has called Lafayette, Indiana home. Teams from 5 different nations represented in this year's field. Of course, celebrated as always at part of the Columbian Park complex that includes the Lafayette Area Zoo. Fans have come in by the thousands over the course of these last 6 days, and today they will get 2 games for their money. If you're a Hoosier North fan, maybe you can say that you had 3 games for your money, because Hoosier North had to get to 12 innings to get past Aruba to play the team from Mexico for a championship. Hoosier North looking for their first championship in 16 years. A team from Mexico looking for a first ever victory in the final game of the Colt World Series. Alongside Sean Walker, Greg Rakestraw with you. Thank you so much for joining us for the championship game of the 2016 Colt World Series on MTC Sports. And let's start with the hometown underdog story. Hoosier North, after losing in day number 2 of this tournament on Saturday, has fought their way all the way back to this championship game.
We've seen this before. Greensboro, North Carolina did it last year. They lost early. They played every single day of this tournament, able to get the win in the playback game and put themselves in the championship. Hoosier North has done that exact same thing. Now the question becomes, Greg, has the well run dry? What do they have left?
For Mexico, they are 4-0, but again, once we get to the championship game, it is winner take all. So having that extra game in hand makes them no difference as far as the play is concerned tonight. But clearly there is a massive advantage on their side from the standpoint of they didn't just play 12 innings over a 4-hour game that wrapped up about an hour and a half ago.
Not at all. And Hoosier North had to throw both of their aces, their 1-2 punch in that game, just to get the victory to get into this one. So going to be interesting to see how that pitching staff goes and how it holds up for Hoosier North in this championship game.
This is the pregame show presented by IU Health, Arnett Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Give them a call at 765-448-8000, or you can log on to the website you see on your screen, iuhealth.org/Arnett. For Mexico, they have been solid. Even though they have won every game, you wouldn't say they have been dominant, but clearly, Sean, they will enter this game as a pretty big favorite.
I think so, and mainly at this point in time because they've had some rest, and they're ready to go. They've got pretty much their entire staff at disposal today to throw at Hoosier North should this game be close. And again, you made the comment, they haven't necessarily come out and dominated anybody, but they've been probably the most consistent team from day 1 till day 6.
Coaches are meeting behind home plate. We'll use a full 6-man umpiring crew for this championship game. A glance around the ballpark, 321 down the left field line, 368 to left center, 407 just left of center, 355 to right center, and 327 down the right field line. There has been some pop-up storms in central Indiana today. We keep our fingers crossed that we can keep the skies quite blue. It's warm outside, it's humid, and one thing to notice, the wind has picked up, and it appears to be blowing in right now from left field.
And that might be a good thing because we've seen a little bit of power in the pop from Mexico. So with Hoosier North being down in their pitchers right now, as far as, their 1-2 punch, looking at probably pitcher 3 or 4 here, That's a good thing. That bodes well for Hoosier North.
Well, Ben Miller gets the start on the mound, and Miller yesterday was tattooed by Aruba. He gave up 5 runs, 9 hits, did Miller. But again, there is such a scarcity of arms. You got to today, and you had your best 2 pitchers kind of saved for today. They both had to throw in game number 1. It'll be Miller and probably several others. They will try to piecemeal in terms of their starting pitching today.
Yeah, you're not kidding. He's got an ERA up around 9 right now, giving up 18 hits over the 3 games that he's appeared in this game. So they are hoping that all that is behind him and that he can be dominated against Mexico.
All right, batting order for Hoosier North, very similar to what we have seen from Onyx Avila throughout the course of this tournament. Rossi, Allen, and All. McCoy, Henning, and Platt, Walbaum. Reyes gets the nod at second base. That's kind of the one position that's changed a little bit with Miller pitching. Platt moves over to short. Reyes comes into play second. And Talcott is the starting center fielder and will bat 9th in this game for Hoosier North. The defensive alignment now for Tijuana, Mexico. Very similar to what it was a night ago. Fierro, Avila, and Melendrez. Diaz, Hernandez, Castro, and Vizcaíno. Gaxiola is the catcher, and on the mound is Gabriel Aragon. We saw him as the first baseman last night. He gets the nod on the mound this evening.
We've seen him in 1 appearance on the mound so far. That was against Lafayette, and he was dominant. Only gave up 3 runs, 9 hits, struck out 5. He's got a nice ERA right now, about 2.21. 1-0 in the tournament so far for him.
And that appearance was not in last night's victory against Lafayette, but the one on Sunday night against Lafayette. Hoosier North has played in every day of this tournament. This is their 7th game of the tournament. For Mexico, it is their 5th game. They played Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The victory on Sunday earned them a day off on Monday, a win last night. And for a 3rd time in 5 days, Sean, they're playing a team from the Lafayette area. 2 wins over the Lafayette All-Stars, and now Hoosier North from the opposite bracket.
Mexico's got to feel like everybody's out to get them right now because every time they've played, it's been against the home crowd. So they're used to, getting some boos against them here, but their fans travel well. There's a lot of fans here to support Mexico in this championship game tonight.
It is very much a 50-50 crowd here this evening. Mexico has had tremendous crowd support. They always have in this tournament. There's a couple more warm-up pitches from Aragon, and this championship game will be underway. And Hoosier North had to beat Aruba each of the last 2 days after losing to Aruba in run rule fashion on Saturday afternoon. They did just that. They won 11-5 in 12 innings earlier this afternoon. That game started at 1:30 and wrapped about 10 till 6 this afternoon.
You know what's awesome, Greg, too, is both of these teams have always been here, always participated in this tournament. Hoosier North, you mentioned earlier, hasn't played in the championship game or won one in 16 years. Mexico, it has been 47 years since they appeared in a final. And so one of these 2 teams is going to get a title tonight, and it's been a long time coming for either one of them.
Now, it is various different communities, much like when Puerto Rico has been here, that we have seen over the years. So not exactly the same league nor team, but even for them as a nation, it has been that long without a championship in this tournament.
The one advantage I'll say for Hoosier North right now is they've seen dominant pitching today, and they got to look at quite a few good pitches from those the 2 Aruba starters before they finally started to warm their bats up. So they've seen a lot of pitches today, a lot of chances to swing that bat, and that could bode well for them.
Colton Rossi leads things off for Hoosier North. First pitch at his knees from Aragon is a ball. 1-0 the count. We are underway at 7:20 local time for this championship game. Aragon misses low again, 2-0. Rossi for the tournament, batting .250. Has driven in 4 runs. Has picked up 3 walks as well. As the leadoff man, not surprised that he leads Hoosier North in plate appearances. This is his 26th trip to the plate in the tournament. Taking on that one, strike call. Ross, a young man that plays at Logansport High School. He and his high school teammate Tucker Platt, a part of this Hoosier North squad. And the Hoosier North team pulls from multiple schools here throughout the area. Ground ball, third baseman on the grass makes the play. That's Diaz quickly over to first base to Vizcaíno, and there's one down.
Nicely done. They're able to put the ball in play here. Diaz fields his position well, makes a nice strong throw across the diamond. They call it the hot corner. That one gets on him quick. When it gets on you quick, it gives you a little extra time to get it over to first.
Evan Allen now to the plate. Allen, the leading hitter for Hoosier North in the tournament, batting .556 with 6 runs batted in. That is the second most RBI for this Hoosier North squad. Plays for McCutcheon High School. He is a junior for the Mavericks. And for those watching outside of the Lafayette area, we have 5 high schools here in Tippecanoe County. Fastball, bell tie for a strike. McCutcheon, Lafayette, Jeff Harrison, West Lafayette, Central Catholic. Other schools represented on this Hoosier North team include Logansport, Frontier, and Twin Lakes. That pushes him back off the plate, 1-2.
For Allen, he was 2 for 5 earlier today in that last game, so quite a few at-bats. Also drew a pair of walks, so he came to the plate 7 times.
That's in for a strike, 1-2.
He's one of those guys that's dangerous, too. We saw him last night start his hitting off with a triple and nearly had 2 of them back-to-back, if not for being thrown out at third base by, a call could have went either way.
Curveball able to lay off of that one, 2-2 the count. Crowd continuing to file in here at Loeb Stadium. I would expect this thing will be rather close to full tonight.
Taking a look at this swing and a miss, or check swing there. So that one breaks right through the zone.
That one misses high, 3-2 the count.
Boy, Allen's got a better eye than I do. Hold up on something like that. I'd have been twisted in knots.
This is game 19 of the tournament. 1 short of the maximum. We've had years where we've had 3 games on the final day. Today it was 2, but again, it feels like 3. With the previous contest going some 12 innings. Full count. And he misses, ball 4. For Allen, it is the 4th walk that he has drawn of the tournament. 1 on, 1 out for Hoosier North.
Hoosier North right here, they've got to play mistake-free baseball when they're out on defense, but when they get runners on today, they've got to find a way to get them in against Mexico and try to force other pitchers. What we've seen against Mexico, honestly, is in a couple of starts, even when Lafayette scored their runs against Aragon the other night, it was early in that game. Last night with Mexico, Pena gave up runs early in that game, but they have been able to settle themselves down as starters and get really, really deep. You got to try to rough them up early, but then keep it consistent throughout.
That's in for a strike. Hall has struggled somewhat at the plate for this tournament. He is batting just .200. Has 1 run batted in. He too a young man that plays at McCutcheon High School.
For Colin earlier, he hit a couple balls right on the screws, but it was right at people.
Ground ball foul, 0-2 the count.
So for him, it's trying to take something positive out of those at-bats. It's not necessarily doing anything good for your batting average, per se, but you got to know, I saw it well, I hit it hard, they just made the play, or I hit it right at him. Sometimes it bounces your way, sometimes it doesn't.
When asked to list his positions, he listed second base, third base, catcher, and pitcher. He has primarily been the third baseman for Hoosier North here in the tournament. It's their 7th game in 6 days. Line drive, base hit.
There you go. And there's another example of that, where this time he drives the ball, but he didn't hit right at somebody. Right between the 5 and 6 hole, it's a great at-bat for all. You move the runner around, and that does wonders for your confidence, especially when you've hit the ball well. Today it just hasn't translated into base hits.
Grant McCoy now to the plate. He is the DH. That's where he started yesterday's game, eventually came into play in the outfield. McCoy has the only home run of the tournament for Hoosier North. That coming in their 4-0 win on Monday against Chula Vista, California.
McCoy leads the team in RBIs so far in the tournament as well. You see 8 of them there. This is a young man that's playing very, very well, and he's that guy you want up with runners in scoring position right now.
McCoy plays for Harrison High School locally. Sends this one towards left field. Left fielder has a beat on it. Makes the play. Allen acts as if he's going to tag, but he knows he was going nowhere on that one. 2 down.
That win today, we've not seen the ball carry at all. Not even in the earlier game when it wasn't blowing as much. And now with it blowing in, that makes this big ballpark seem a lot smaller. Those balls are going to hang up. Outfielders should have a good time or an easier time tracking it down.
So Dylan Henning has been the first baseman for the majority of this tournament. What a job he did in relief yesterday. When Aruba was slowly chipping away at what was once a 9-3 Hoosier North lead. Henning calmed the bats, got 2 scoreless innings to end the game. But it'll be a scoreless inning in the top half of the first in the championship game as Henning lines to the second baseman. Hoosier North Strands 2. Tijuana, Mexico comes to bat when we come back as you're watching the 2016 Colt World Series on MTC Sports. Fans from Mexico supporting their team down the first base line tonight. Let's show you the batting lineup for Tijuana, Mexico. Again, similar to what we have seen throughout the tournament. Castro, Diaz, Hernandez, Vizcaíno, Melendrez, followed by Fierro, Solomon Leon, the DH, Avila, and then Gaxiola, the 9-man batting lineup for Tijuana, Mexico. They brought just 13 players on this trip. For Hoosier North, the defensive alignment. Again, we've seen these young men now for several days. It becomes somewhat habit-forming. Rossi, Talcott, and Allen. All Platt, Reyes, Henning. Walbaum, the catcher. And on the mound, it is Ben Miller tonight. Miller has really been the shortstop for most of this tournament for Hoosier North. And again, had to burn through both their number 1 and number 2 pitchers in the earlier game to get to this point. They would like to see Miller get as far as possible. But my guess would be is that we are going to see multiple pitchers tonight for Hoosier North.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, hats off to Drew Davidson and Eli Talcott. They pitched unbelievable today, both of them. And just hats off to them in a game. Really, for Davidson, when he left the game, it was a 3-3 game, but he'd only allowed 1 earned run. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. I think 4 hits, 1 earned run, and then Talcott came in and was just as dominant in relief.
So David Castro, the second baseman, will lead things off for Tijuana, Mexico. Castro last night was 1 for 3 with a single. One and 1 the count. Castro, you saw on the screen, batting .500. His 4 runs batted in lead Mexico in this tournament.
Mexico's got such good pitching and defense that they haven't had to score a ton of runs in this tournament.
26 runs in 4 games, so an average of 6.5 runs per contest. Last night it was a 4-3 win over Lafayette. 2-2 the count.
I mean, the team ERA is at 2.75, so they've done a phenomenal job from the mound.
Two and 2. And the count runs full at 3-2. And one thing that Miller generally didn't do yesterday was walk batters. It was Aruba just getting single after single after single against him.
Yeah, Miller actually hasn't walked a batter yet in his appearance.
High hopper, third baseman charges. All throws across the diamond, 1 down.
Nice play by Colton all over there at third. But, yeah, back to your point, he throws strikes. That's the thing about Miller. It's just the stuff so far has caught too much of the zone. You see a nice one here, able to induce the ground ball out. All has been probably one of their defensive MVPs over at third base in this tournament.
Miller, the pitcher, plays for McCutcheon High School. This is Eric Diaz. Just misses off the zone 1-0. Diaz for the tournament batting .333. Not credited with an RBI just yet.
Diaz with 4 hits in the tournament, but 2 of those are extra base hits, so ever dangerous.
One of those extra base hits last night, a double in the first that would plate the first run for Mexico. Mexico last night got runs in each of the first 3 innings, then an insurance run in the 5th. Diaz pops this one up. It'll reach the seats. Count it 1-2.
Right now, they're really going to test Wallbaum's ability behind the plate, too, because he caught all 12 innings earlier today and so far gets to start behind the plate again. So he has logged some innings on those knees.
Outfield pretty much straight away here for the number 2 hitter. This one sprayed to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. That will probably be another extra base hit. The right fielder Allen over to chase it down. Diaz stops at second. For the second straight night, it's a leadoff double for Eric Diaz.
Well, I tell you, one of those guys that will hit it anywhere. He'll take what you give him. This pitch on the outer part of the plate, he just drives it right down the line. And that's easy scooting right there into second base.
So Jazier Hernandez now will come to the plate. Hernandez batting .300 for the tournament. 3 RBI for Jazier here in Lafayette. He was 0 for 2 last night. Hit by a pitch and intentionally walked. Ball gets away from Wallbaum. Diaz will try to advance, and he's got third.
Wallbaum upset with himself that time for letting it get away. But nice heads-up base running there by Diaz. Greg, you talked about Hernandez being hit by a pitch. He's actually been hit 3 times in this tournament in 4 games.
Infield staying back. So ground ball could score a run. Bad hop that hits all in the face. Runner does not try to advance. Third base coach out immediately to take a look at Colin Hall.
I'll tell you what, Diaz there doesn't even come home. This shows great sportsmanship, but just stop and play immediately, intending to call an all.
So runners at third and first, but clearly the attention is on the young man laying prone on the turf. So training staff out quickly to take a look at Colin Hall. And that just took a wicked hop.
I got him right in the eye. I mean, that is right in the face. The hops here at Loeb Stadium are what we always talk about. You know, on a day like today when it's been warm, we haven't had any moisture, it becomes almost like hitting the ball off of concrete out here at times, and it could be down for the first 2 hops and take a wicked hop on the last one.
Our injury timeout brought to us by IU Health, Arnett Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Hopefully Colin is okay, and my guess is that Colin will attempt to stay in this game if at all possible.
Well, he's still chomping some gum there, so that's a good sign.
We touched on this kind of earlier in the weekend, not as much the last couple of days. Again, this is a field that is going to be completely redone after next year's event. Project that's estimated could be at about $10 million that will be done to completely refurbish this facility. All still kind of talking with the trainer, and basically what you're seeing him do is we've become somewhat used to this, say in football, We're probably kind of going through the concussion protocol to make sure that it's not both an eye injury and or a concussion issue.
One thing's for certain, he's probably going to end up with a shiner after that because, I mean, that walloped him, that's for sure. Colin showing some great toughness now. Really just getting up to his feet, and, I mean, we'll see if he stays in the game, but there's no shame if he's got to come out. I mean, he's played great over the course of this tournament.
It appears they're going to walk him to the dugout.
And you can see already that eye is swollen. There's a smile, though, from Colin.
So he'll head to the dugout.
That's one of those things that you go to school tomorrow and they say, what happened to your eye? And you go, you should see the other guy. Right? So it looks like Preston will come into the game.
Yeah, TJ Preston, we saw him in Sunday's win for Hoosier North. Young man that plays his high school baseball here at Lafayette Jeff. So Preston comes in to play third in All's position. Looking to reset. Runners at first and third. One out here in the bottom half of the inning. And Vizcaíno coming to the plate.
I tell you, I still go back to the sportsmanship. As soon as all went down, Diaz stopped running. Coach Hernandez from Mexico was right there, one of the first ones to get to him to make sure he was all right. And you got to love that sportsmanship in a tournament like this. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Everybody wants to win, but you never want to see anybody get hurt.
Hoosier North has the full complement of 18 players on their roster for this tournament. Now Vizcaíno to the plate. And obviously that is a base hit. By no means an error on that play. Vizcaíno again gets to start at first tonight for Mexico. Last night he reached base in all 4 plate appearances. 3 hits, a double, and a run scored. And a stolen base in there as well. Second only to Castro in terms of batting average amongst those that have been regular starters for Mexico here in Lafayette.
4 singles, a couple of doubles. He's hit the ball well. And usually when he gets on base, he comes around to score as well.
Off the end of the bat, Henning will go ahead and take the out. The run will score. But early in the game to prevent kind of the big inning. So he'll step on the bag for the second out, and it's 1-0 Mexico.
Yeah, Sergio does the right thing, though. Hits this ball to the right side of the field, plates that run. You look at it here, and again, Henning just, you almost second guess yourself on these bounces off this infield.
I wouldn't have blamed him for coming home, but I credit him for making sure he got the sure out.
Absolutely.
And Melendrez now. Curveball by Miller's over for a strike. We saw this young man, the right fielder, in a reserve role last night. And he gets to start in the field with Aragon moving from first base to pitch this evening. High hopper, second baseman charges. Reyes fires and does get him by a step. So the inning is over. Mexico does score an opening run through the first inning in the championship game. They lead Hoosier North 1-0. The Colt World Series Championship on MTC Sports. You start to see the swelling around that left eye for Colin Alt. Currently out of the lineup. Ice pack being applied to the left eye. He's at least smiling about it, which is a good sign, but given the swelling that we are seeing, you would think that his night has come to an end.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the good thing for Colin here is that he's smiling, one. Two, that the ball didn't bust him open and require any stitches, and hopefully there's no broken bones or anything in there as well. He's a tough cookie. I'll tell you that. He proved that he can take a punch and get right back up.
6, 7, and 8 coming up this time through for Hoosier North. Tucker Plato and Walbaum and Anthony Reyes in the lineup. And Hoosier North looking for their first championship in this event since 2000. They won it 3 times over a span of 9 years. This is our 5th year of televising these games in MTC Sports, and this is by far the deepest run that Hoosier North has made in the tournament.
Yeah, they look good. I said that to one of the guys behind the scenes after seeing both the local teams play, and I thought, man, this is the best Hoosier North team that we've seen in a while. They seem to have great depth and timely hitting. They play well as a team.
Platt from Logansport. First pitch swinging, ground ball second base. Castro fires, gets him by a step or two, 1 down. Here comes Walbaum.
Routine ground ball here. Push towards the right side. Nice job by the second baseman. David Castro just throws it across. Easy throw, gets the out.
Walbaum batting a solid .273 for the tournament. We have marveled at his arm strength behind the dish for the young man from West Lafayette.
We talked about it last game. I said he has got a cannon, and they tested him, and it was late. And he threw a laser to second base to get the runner out.
Owen, a young man that played on the 3A state runners-up in football at West Lafayette last year. Started the high school football season 9 days away.
It's hard to believe.
Ground ball again, second base, and Castro, again a victim of the hop. Didn't suffer any physical pain from it, but the hit goes over his head, and there's 1 on with 1 out.
I was going to say that on the last ground ball hit to him, is that ball just stayed true, and he was able to make the play on this one. You see him coming up, getting in position, going to play this off that second hop, and I mean, when we say trampoline, we mean it. It's absolutely ridiculous how far that ball will jump sometimes here in the infield.
Well, it's good news, bad news. The good news is that we have not had to deal with any rain issues during the course of this tournament. But the bad news is, even with a sprinkler system here trying to add some moisture to the field, soften things up, just can't beat Mother Nature.
No, and there's no shade in the stadium at all. So, I mean, it just takes direct sunlight pretty much all day long.
So here's Anthony Reyes. He's a young man that plays for Twin Lakes High School, which means he'll be coached by Jake Burton next year. That was announced yesterday that after 1 year away from McCutcheon at North Newton High School, he'd be taking over the program at Twin Lakes. And this one lined into left field for a base hit. Reyes has had a rather limited role here in the tournament. That is just his 4th at bat, but it's his 2nd hit.
Now, Reyes look good at the plate, look comfortable, and sometimes when you get in an all-star situation like this and you're not seeing a ton of playing time, it's tough to stay in a rhythm. So credit Reyes for staying with it. I mean, these guys have played 6 straight days in a row. They're going to have to get some production from some of those other guys.
Talcott to the plate now. He came on and threw 6 innings of relief.
He was pitching so well early, I called him Walt one time on accident.
1-1 the count. Talcott at the plate in the tournament, batting .417. He has appeared in every game but one for Hoosier North. He'll be a senior at McCutcheon this year. One and one. We've documented a couple of different times on his brother's successful freshman year at Earlham College. Had a sub-2 ERA in his freshman year at Earlham. First baseman in on the grass. And Talcott trying to bunt his way on for a base hit. Pushes that one to third baseman, eats the ball. Doesn't try to make the throw. Talcott was doing that based on where he saw the third baseman lining up. Infield single, bases loaded.
I'll tell you, we have seen him all tournament long be a threat to lay this down. And when he can't get it down, he's not afraid to pull it back and take a full cut at it as well. This is perfect placement. Second baseman cannot get to first base in time. Textbook.
That was the right decision by Diaz. Don't force something that's not there. Just hold on to the baseball and take your chances. Infield now pulled in. Here in the top of the second. So Rossi now comes to the plate. Already through the lineup one time for Hoosier North. Hit a ground ball to third base last time up. And this one turned foul. Hoosier North 11 runs in the afternoon game. 9 runs last night against Aruba. And 4 the previous day against Chula Vista. Already Duarte starting to head to the bullpen for Mexico in case he is needed. And this one lined in the left field. That'll get down for a base hit. They'll give the run up. They're going to stop him, which is the right decision. Good throw by the left fielder. Onyx Avilos was waving around and then stopped about 1 foot past the bag. Bases loaded single, ties us at 1.
We talked about station-to-station baseball all tournament long. This is a great piece of hitting. The 4th straight single in the inning for Hoosier North. And I wondered, you mentioned Duarte getting up to throw. I honestly figured he would start tonight as well as he looked in his pitching performance earlier in the tournament. But Aragon looked just as good the other night against Lafayette. So sometimes as a coach, you roll the dice, you go with somebody you feel like has a great shot, and we'll see if Aragon can make it through this inning.
So Evan Allen, he's had the best bat of anybody for Hoosier North so far in this tournament. He's got 6 runs batted in and a chance for a few more here. Gap-to-gap power has not been an issue for Allen. The infield will be played in here.
Yeah, Allen's second on the team in ERAs, RBIs, only behind Grant McCoy. He's got a chance to tie him up here if he can knock in a couple.
1-0. Allen says he's a White Sox fan. Yadier Molina, his favorite player. Wants to stay at home and attend Purdue University. He wants to be a physical therapist. High and in tight, 2-0.
Most guys that say take that there and earn yourself on base and played another run, but with the way Allen's been swinging the bat, you almost want him to be able to free swing here. About got him again.
3-0. And as well as he's been swinging, do you think about giving him the green light here?
Absolutely. I mean, there's certain times where you just got to say, you know what, we're in the championship game. 12 innings earlier today. This is a chance for a huge inning.
And it's not close. Ball 4 and an RBI. Never had to lift the bat off the shoulder. It's another RBI for Allen. Bases remain loaded. He's been walked twice in 2 innings, and 5 consecutive Hoosier North batters have reached base.
Yeah, back-to-back walks for Allen. Did his best just to get out of the way of 3 of 4 pitches from Aragon.
So this is Preston, who is batting in all spots. So this is his first at-bat tonight. For the tournament, he is 1 for 6 with a run scored and an RBI. This is the 5th game he's appeared in out of 7.
You hope that TJ comes in and finds a rhythm here at the plate, because Colin All's been swinging the bat pretty well. Making great contact, already with a single in the game before he got injured and had to leave.
Infield remains in. I think I'd be telling TJ you're taking until that ball hits the strike zone at least one time.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything Aragon is throwing right now is drifting away from left-handed batters, inside on the righties. He is struggling to find his range right now. That's one.
That's in for a strike. Now you can think about taking the bat off the shoulder. Two and one.
I almost just keep the take sign on here. And I know this is a hitter's pitch. You got bases loaded here, but Aragon is struggling. If this thing's not right down Broadway, you cannot swing at it.
It was, and he did.
Yeah.
Turned on it, 2 and 2.
If he waits just a little bit, I mean a split second longer, he rips this ball. You see him turn on it.
Mentioned earlier that perhaps some of these young men from Lafayette have football practice to start attending as soon as tomorrow. For TJ, that'd be tennis practice, because he is also a varsity tennis player at Lafayette, Jeff. Able to lay off that one, they'll ask, but he didn't go. Full count.
Well, he thought about it. That's that strike him out pitch right there. Credit Preston for having a nice eye and laying off of that one.
He needs to show a little plate discipline here as well, given the fact that Aragon has missed 7 of his last 9 pitches. Gives him a fastball, pops him up. Diaz hustling, but couldn't get there in time. Preston will see at least one more. Preston says the Angels his favorite team. Albert Pujols his favorite player. This might draw some negative reaction here in Lafayette, but he says he hopes to attend Indiana University.
Smart kid.
Again popped up. Diaz should have time to get this one. He does. Out number 2.
Sorry, it's a good at bat for Preston, it really is. He put the pressure on Aragon. He tried to foul off pitches that he couldn't get to. Just unable to put that one out of play.
So here comes Grant McCoy. McCoy has been the leading RBI producer in this tournament for Hoosier North. Fly ball to left field last time up.
Well, it seems like every time he comes up, there's runners in scoring position for him too. We've kind of deemed him the real McCoy here over this week, because he's come up in big spots for Hoosier North.
In each of the last 2 days, there has been a 7-run inning for Hoosier North. McCoy could go a long way in setting something like that up here for the home team. And that one gets to left field for a base hit. Going to give the one of the wave around from third. Left fielder comes up firing. Throw, tag, got him. How good have the throws been from the outfield in this tournament? You make the left fielder make the play. That is exactly what Fierro did. Lafayette scores 3, but in the attempt to score run number 4, the putout retired 7-2. Tip your cap to Mexico on the play, but also tip your cap to the bats of Hoosier North. They lead 3-1 going to the bottom half of the second on MTC Sports.
look so lonesome. I see you all feeling blue. Come on over to my place. Hey girl, we're having a party. We'll be singing, dancing and singing. Come on over tonight.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Farmers Bank. I'm here to introduce the Farmers Bank mobile banking app for your smartphone. Find us at the App Store or the Play Store. To find our app, search for the Farmers Bank Mobile Banking Fiserv Solutions. Have your finances at your fingertips anytime, all the time. Sign up today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So look at Kelly All, his son Colin, the young man that got hit around the left eye with that ground ball at third base in the bottom half of the first. TJ Preston in for him at this point. 0-1 the count. And as by baseball law, you make the throw from left field to get the out, you lead off the next inning. Here's Fierro.
Isn't that crazy how that always seems to happen?
Never fails. You've heard the expression, tails never fails in a coin flip?
Sure.
50% of the time, that fails.
That fails.
But in this, never fails.
Fierro moved out of that leadoff position here in Mexico's lineup, and it boded well for him last night. He did a nice job at the top of the order as well.
Fierro hitting .364 for the tournament, 2 runs batted in. There's 4 singles so far here in Lafayette. Outside corner, 2-2.
Ben Miller's doing a pretty good job so far, really, of locating those pitches. Changing the eye level of the hitter. Again, that's what you got to do. You got to be pretty solid against Mexico. They can swing the bats, that's for sure.
Count runs full now. Diaz, a double. A little flare down the right field line last inning. And the single by Hernandez, which again was really a bad hop base hit. Popped up. This will reach the seats. Test the roof of the press box as well before bounding back into the seats. Liner into center field for a base hit.
Boy, his hot bat continues. Fierro is doing a nice job no matter where they put him in the lineup. Fights this one off right back up the middle. He's in business again.
Solomon Leon now to the plate. Leon for the tournament, batting .333. 3 runs batted in as well. Quick toss back over to first. Runner goes, but Leon sends us into the seats.
Boy, Fierro, not a very big lead over there at first base, but he got a nice jump. That one hit right towards Mayor Rosaworski. Can't take the mayor out.
Ground ball could be 2. Bad hop, and it won't be 1. And there might have been a little bit of a hop issue, but again, that's also on a second baseman. You've got to be a little more aggressive in going after that one.
Yeah, Reyes has got to come up and get it here. He lets it bounce one time too many. And then when it does, I think he sees Fierro running by him, and that's what causes the confusion, realizing I got to hurry to get this to second. Then when he bobbles it a second time, realizing I got to hurry to get this to first. talked himself out of an out.
Could be a big inning here for Mexico. Alex Avila puts a bunt down and sends that one foul. Avila here in the tournament, just 1 for 8. Has scored 3 runs. Even that 1 for 8, that could be why he's thinking about trying to put one down here. Preston staying even with the bag at third. Basically making the pitcher or catcher try to field that ball. Avila sends it foul, and the count now 0-2.
Good job by Wallbaum there to pop up out of his stance, go get that ball while it's in foul territory. Don't even give it a chance to bounce back fair.
This one sent to right field. Allen, line it up, makes the catch, runner to tag from second, throw comes in, hits the cutoff man, no play. On the corners now with 1 out.
This ends up being a well-placed ball to get that runner from second to third. Fierro with good speed. Hoosier North gets the out, but you get, for Mexico, the runner just 90 feet away now.
Number 9 hitter and the catcher in Gaxiola coming to the plate. Gaxiola batting .200 on the tournament. 3 runs scored. First pitch swinging, hops this one up. Center fielder now charging in, makes the catch, and with Talcott's arm as a pitcher out there in center field. Fierro did not want to have done to him what he did to someone else last inning, 2 down.
Boy, it's amazing that he can even still feel his arm. You know what? He threw 7 innings on Monday, threw 5 innings earlier today, or 6 innings earlier today in relief effort in that 12-inning game. And look at this laser. I mean, my arm would still be in a bucket of ice right now. And this thing's on the money.
Well, I don't know if Eli's playing any sort of fall baseball or if he plays another sport at McCutcheon during the fall. But in theory, his next big important baseball game isn't going to be until the spring. And that is ruled to have hit Castro, got him on the arm. So the bases are loaded now with 2 outs. And Diaz, who doubled last time up, comes to the plate for Mexico.
Yeah, he ran that fastball in on him just a little bit and caught the elbow guard. Or the elbow, I thought he had an elbow guard on. You can see the jersey move just a little bit there. He's making sure the umpire knew. I took that one.
And you call that just based off of sound. You got to hear the clip.
Now the hit batsman doesn't matter if Miller can get the out right here at the plate. It's a tall order though, with the young man having a double already and scoring a run on you.
Diaz now 5 for 13 for the tournament, and 3 of those 5 have been for extra bases. Sixth batter to the plate this inning for Tijuana. That's in for a strike at the letters, 1-1 the count.
Good pitch by Miller.
It's been a bit of a big zone so far tonight, but it has certainly been consistent going to both sides. This one smack to left field. Left fielder though drifting back. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Hanging on in left field. It's Rossi to make the play. And that catch probably saves 3 runs for Hoosier North.
What a play here. He makes a great catch here to end the inning, and I like the celebration afterwards as well.
The entire dugout out to congratulate him for his effort. Let's show you this one more time on the way to break. That keeps it 3-1 in favor of Hoosier North after 2 on MTC Sports.
Pony baseball began in the summer of 1951 with the organization of the original Pony League in Washington, Pennsylvania. The league was originally designed to help transition 13 and 14-year-old players from the Little League Diamond to the regulation-sized Diamond. Today, more than 500,000 players participate in the Pony organization annually in the United States and in more than 25 countries around the world. For more information on pony baseball, go to pony.org. Don't miss pony baseball for the world. Pure baseball, pure pony.
Construction projects mean deadlines. At McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, we understand the challenges our customers face. That's why our team of professionals are here to help. From our knowledgeable support staff to our industry-leading service department, McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store are here to make sure you get the right equipment delivered on time. Whether it's cat equipment, JLG lifts, or Solaire air compressors, we carry it all. McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, helping build Indiana since 1945.
That gave everybody in the crowd a charge. That catch by Colton Rossi. Shoestring grab, and Diaz absolutely turned on one. That had all the earmarks of at least 2 runs batted in, if not 3. Instead, it is leaving the bases loaded for Tijuana, Mexico.
I'm just glad that Colton didn't lose the ball there on the celebration. Well, a lot of fun, though. Look at that. We could just roll that a million times. That looks good. Nice work by our camera operators, and nicely done there by Colton. Colin Hall says, I got one good eye left, and I saw that, buddy. He's hoping for a team championship tonight. That'll make that eye feel a lot better.
Dylan Henning now. He had a line drive to second to end the first inning, did Dylan. Again, you would think that his number might be called after Miller's, given how well he pitched yesterday.
And that's after not pitching in over a month.
And Henning hit by a pitch, and he'll take the free base to first.
That's multiple times that Henning's been hit by a pitch as well, the 3rd time in the series.
Just kind of clipped the pants leg. We've seen the return of stirrups for some of these guys. Dylan wearing them loose.
That'd be my look if I was playing today. I was never a fan of the stirrups. I like the look of them. I would either be all socks or long pants, one of the two.
Well, pitching change is going to be made. And Aragon had been struggling. He gave up 3 runs last inning. Were it not for a great defensive play, it could have been 4 or more. But after working 2+, they will make the move to bring in Duarte into the game. So Christian Duarte now in. Let's give you his pitching numbers for the tournament. He has appeared in 1 game, gave up 4 runs, all of them earned. He went 5 1/3 innings in his earlier effort. Struck out 3, gave up 6, and walked 3. And does have a win for his efforts, does Duarte.
If I remember, though, Duarte gave up those runs early in that outing, and then he settled down and just pitched the gem of the game. One of those guys, I mean, he never seemed to get rattled. You never saw any emotion one way, positive, negative, nothing. He was just calm, cool, and collect out there on the mound.
So as Duarte continues to loosen, first batter he faces will be Tucker Platt, who hit a ground ball to second base. And this was the part of the lineup after Platt that following him, the next 5 batters would all reach last inning for Hoosier North. And Hoosier North began their tournament with an 11-run win over the Czech Republic and lost by 13 to Aruba. Then a 7-1 win on Sunday, with Drew Davidson getting the complete game. Then 4-0 the next day, with Talcott getting the complete game 2-hit shutout. Then 9-8 yesterday, 11-5 in 12 innings this afternoon.
I tell you, this never say die attitude for Hoosier North has been very impressive. And there, a lot of people, even after the win last night, kept hanging on to that 18-5 victory from Aruba and thought, oh, it's a fluke. Aruba just didn't show up for one game, and they're going to stomp them today. And that was not the case. This is a very good Hoosier North squad. And they're showing even after 12 innings, now 15 innings into today, playing baseball, they're still out there competing.
First pitch, a curveball in for a strike to Platt. 0-1 the count.
Got a tall order, though, here because I'm telling you, Duarte looked really good in his outing the other day.
Time is granted.
Hitters had a hard time and just really putting any mustard on it when they made contact with Duarte's pitches.
Just misses inside. 1-1 the count.
Now, of course, it's a new day. It's a different story.
And the lefty is throwing in the pen.
That's Jorge Rodriguez down there, the lefty. And I can tell you, just from the Facebook posts, he is so excited to be here.
Off the end of the bat, could be two. Castro throws to second for one. Platt hustling down the line will ensure it's not two. But the lead runner retired 4-6.
Well, I really thought Castro probably should have just made the tag here instead of going on to second. From our angle, it's tough to see how close he really was to the runner there. He gets the lead out, which is what's important. You want to obviously keep somebody out of scoring position, but I thought you could have tagged him on the way by right there, and then you would have had plenty of time at first base. When you go to second first, you have no chance of getting Platt.
So Owen Wallbaum. And his single last time up got the rally going. Come around to score. Two and 0. One scored for Owen was his 5th of the tournament. Third baseman playing a shade or two inside of the bag in case Wallbaum thinks about putting one down the line. And that's in for a strike. Three and 1.
Duarte struggling just a little bit to find the zone here early in this outing. Wallbaum here, you don't want to chase anything out of the zone.
2 walks thrown by Aragon in his 2+ innings.
Oh, and then a good pitch from Duarte, able to paint the outside corner. And the most that Wallbaum's really going to do with that is probably slap that into a ground ball double play.
And Wallbaum, the catcher, smart to look back at him and said, hey, my fault, didn't mean to show you up blue. He'd kind of flinched like he was going towards first base. Runner goes. Doesn't matter, ball 4. So a walk in each inning picked up by Hoosier North. Here is Reyes, who got a single in his last plate appearance. The young man from Twin Lakes High School. I happen to have a couple of good friends of mine who were Twin Lakes baseball alumni. One would be Gary Foster, that played at the University of Indianapolis. The other would be Justin Keever, that played at Butler, who's now the head coach at Noblesville, who 2 years ago won the 4A baseball state championship. Popped up. Could be trouble. Nope, it won't be. Shortstop backs up and gets it. He was playing a little more shallow with Reyes at the plate. And there's quickly 2 away.
It looked like that ball was going to have a little more carry to it than it did. I was with you. I thought I was going to drop in for a bloop, and it just hung up. Hernandez able to make the play.
It's one of those plays, if Hernandez is playing at normal depth, you're not exactly worried about it, but because he was playing, you thought it maybe had a chance to fall in. Hernandez raced back quickly to erase that threat, and there's 2 down. So Talcott now to the plate. He also singled and scored his last plate appearance. And that's in for a strike.
There's a good-looking breaking pitch from Duarte.
Talcott now has scored 5 times here in the Colt World Series. His hit was of the bunt variety last time up, and now because the runner, the third baseman Diaz, wasn't covering the bag because he was into charge, and now Loeb going to try to steal second, but Mexico was ready for him that time. Fool me once, you know the rest of the line. 3-1, Hoosier North leads going to the bottom half of the third inning. Tijuana comes to bat when we come back on MTC Sports.
My name's Gary Gangwer, and I own the Gangwer Insurance Agency as well as farm here in Clinton County. 1974, I bought my first combine and became a custom combiner for area farmers. Most teenagers buy cars, but I was crazy enough to buy a combine. My father wasn't a farmer, but it was important for me to farm. That's all I ever wanted to do.
All right, so 3-1 the score. Heads up play by Platt, realizing that Diaz was playing up for the bunt and nobody was covering third. On delayed steal, was able to take third easily. Loeb trying to do the same thing and sneaking over to second, except Castro was a little closer to the bag than Loeb had given him credit for. Loeb retired as the third and final out of the inning.
I like the first one. The second one I think is being too aggressive. You had an opportunity there to maybe plate another run, especially with the way the Talcott's been swinging the ball and always has that ability for the bunt and the squeeze play. Sometimes you run yourselves out of an inning. That's what happened to Hoosier North there.
So Miller on for his third inning of work. He will face the heart of the Mexico lineup in Hernandez, Vizcaíno, and Melendrez.
You know, looking at Hernandez, his last at bat was the first time that he had a single. All 3 of his hits previously were of the extra base variety with a double. And then you look defensively, we watched him all tournament long. I mean, he's just one of those guys where you watch and he makes the major league type plays, those things that just wow you at shortstop.
2-0 the count. And taken all the way, that's in for a strike.
That's right at the knees. That's a good pitch there from Miller.
Hernandez says the Red Sox his favorite team. Mathematics his favorite subject in school. Sends a charge into this one. Rossi heading back on the track, stumbles, and this one hops over the fence. That's a ground rule double. And after making the spectacular catch to end the last inning, Rossi couldn't keep his feet underneath him on that one.
Now, it looked like he may have been able to get there, too, if he'd have kept his feet underneath him. This is a well-struck ball from Hernandez, and once again, we'll add another double to his totals. But you see here as he falls down, I think he gets there. If he doesn't fall down, he gets there. That all the way to the warning track. That was 366 feet, roughly.
He had a lot of ground to cover, did Rossi, on that one. So it is a leadoff double. Vizcaíno now. And an RBI ground out in the first. Swing and a miss here. Sergio lists the Cubs as his favorite team. Giancarlo Stanton as his favorite player. Curveball, shortstop, makes the play, fires over to first. But Henning pulled off the bag. It's an infield single, and runners in the corners with nobody out.
Excellent work by Henning there to come off the bag and not try to go for the stretch and make a spectacular play. Just keep it in front of you and live to fight another day. This is a tough play for the shortstop to make and Platt. And the throws in time, if it's online, it's interesting, that's for sure.
Here's Melendrez. And again, we saw this back in the first. There's been a runner at third, and I realize it's a different scenario because there's only runners on first and third as opposed to bases loaded. But Hoosier North has generally kept their infield back tonight, saying, hey, we'll take the out. We'll give you the run. Every time there's been a runner at third for Hoosier North, Mexico has brought the infielders in. Henning is holding on Vizcaíno at first. That just misses 1-1 the count.
You go back to the first inning, and Miller was able to induce 3 ground ball outs to get out of that inning. The last inning, it was 3 fly ball outs. He really needs a ground ball double play here.
Ground ball, Henning will try to get 2. Gets the lead man back to first. Henning never got back on the bag. While Melendrez was safe. Run's going to score regardless, and it's 3-2.
Boy, Henning fields this perfect, makes a nice throw down to second, but then struggles to find his own area, getting back to the base as he tries to get back there, and you see the double pump from Platt. Get 1.
So the run scores. Both runs tonight for Mexico have scored on ground ball outs, and it's 3-2. Popped up, Fierro punches a hole in the sky with this one. Platt will eventually wait for it to come down. There's 2 away.
It was a high pop fly for sure.
Here comes Leon. Leon reached on an error on a ground ball to Reyes last time up. From a scoring perspective, this is resembling Mexico's efforts last night. A run here, a run there. Just kept putting constant pressure on the Lafayette All-Star pitching.
Mexico's really played that way throughout the tournament, where they've just kept a nice close pace, and then they always have that one big inning that kind of pulls away.
Ground ball, shortstop charges. He'll throw over to first and gets Leon by a step, and the inning comes to an end. So Mexico scratches 1 back from Hoosier North and through 3. Hoosier North leads in this championship game 3-2. 2016 Colt World Series at MTC Sports.
Pepe's Mexican Restaurant is excited to announce new menu items to an already stacked lineup of authentic Mexican dishes. Everything from tossed greens with fruit to a Pepe-style chicken pizza. For you seafood lovers, try the shrimp tacos. And for my personal favorite is the barbacoa taco dinner. Whether it's a new menu item or one of our signature selections, be sure to wash it down with a tasty beverage. Whatever your flavor, make Pepe's your stop for lunch or dinner. Located on Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette. Tecton Construction Management has been serving Central Indiana for over 25 years. Whether you have a renovation project or new construction, Tecton Construction Management can assist you from the initial idea through the completion of the project. Their trademark Tecton filtering system is designed to save you time and money, providing you with more value for your investment. Both the completion schedule and budget are established before ever breaking ground to solidify your peace of mind. Before you start your next project, call Tecton Construction Management. Always on time, always under budget.
Those are the teammates. They're some of the young volunteer assistants that help make the memories a bit more personal here at the Colt World Series. Greg Rakestraw, Sean Walker with you on MTC Sports. To the top of the 4th we go. Hoosier North holding on to a 3-2 lead, looking for their first championship in this event in some 16 years.
This is a Gasho clan. That'd be the wife of Pete Gasho, one of our directors, camera operators, and broadcasters at MTC Sports. Wife and 2 daughters and one of their friends. Should say the better half.
I think that goes without saying.
Oh, Pete's rocking it this week, man. He's got the mohawk down there right now. He's feeling it. I'm waiting to see his artistic shot of the game. Usually we come back from a break and Pete's got something rocking, so I'm challenging him to find me another artistic shot here tonight.
Talcott to the plate, number 9 hitter. He was at the plate when Wallbaum was thrown out at second base trying to sneak in behind Platt, who had advanced to third last inning. He gets another couple of looks at Duarte, and first 2 pitches both missed. 2-0 the count. Onyx Aviles, the head coach for Hoosier North, down the third base line.
It was funny this morning. I gave Onyx a little bit of a hard time. I said, "Are you camera shy or what?" Because he keeps sending Hartman to do all the post-game interviews for him from the coaching standpoint. He said, "Man, I am not getting in front of that camera."
They win tonight. He may not have no choice.
I am not getting in front of that camera. He said, I don't want any part of that.
Ground ball, second baseman Castro charges, makes the play, and flips over to Vizcaíno, 1 down.
Finally able to retire Talcott. He's had a great day at the plate, really putting some pressure on opposing pitchers because he's always a threat to steal. When you suck the third baseman in, he's been dumping hits over the top of their head, too. This time he pulls one to the right side. They got him played perfect.
So Colton Rossi now. We've been talking about his exploits in the field tonight. He singled and planted a run last time up and gets hit in the back and will take the free pass to first.
I have a souvenir bruise to go with that one as well. Got a cramp down here as he runs down to first base, and this is what you wonder after a team plays a 12-inning game today. It's been pretty warm temperatures out there.
Again, they have played every day for the last 6 days. This has been quite the stretch for these young men.
See this one come in, and it's going to catch him in the back of the leg, actually. So I thought that was all cramp running down to the base path, but that's a partial cramp from getting hit by the baseball there as well. They'll run him out some water. McCoy's losing about half of it as he runs down there. It's the glass half full situation right here, right?
Well, it literally is half full now. So due up next is Evan Allen. Allen has walked both times. He's been at the plate tonight. This is ending the last trip through the lineup for Duarte. So Allen. Well, that's not the case for Duarte. This is for Duarte. This is the 6th batter he has faced. Both of Allen's plate appearances coming off of Aragon. Want to know the count? And Rossi would be a guy that you would think could be potentially thinking about stealing a bag here, but if that leg's really bothering him, kind of hard to do that.
Yeah, Duarte had a really nice breaking pitch the other day, and today he struggled to throw it.
Allen sends this one foul. Diaz gives chase, but that should reach the stands, and it will. 1-1 the count.
I'm with you. With Rosie down there at first base, they keep trying to work him out in between pitches. Coach Hartman helping him try to rub that back of his quad out. But you got to think that all but takes that running threat away if he's dealing with cramping issues down there.
Good curveball there, 1-2 the count.
That's that curveball Duarte was spotting so well the other day, and he was throwing it wherever he wanted. So when you mix that up with a nice fastball, you can become a dangerous pitcher. This is where Evan Allen makes his money at the plate. This young man, I wouldn't be surprised if this works full.
2-2. What confidence, regardless of what happens over these next 4 innings, these young men as they go back to their high schools, as students here in the upcoming days, but as baseball players in the spring. Ground ball could be 2, 6, and 4, and 3. And the side is retired. Halfway through this championship game, Hoosier North leading at 3-2 over Tijuana, Mexico. Back with more in a moment on MTC Sports.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys. I have these 2 laptops. We're gonna each download a TV show. I'm gonna download it on Xfinity, and you guys are gonna download it with AT&T Uverse, and we're gonna see who goes faster. Go.
Well, this is a no-brainer so far.
How's AT&T doing?
Struggling.
I'm ready to go. We'll wait for you guys.
Looks like we're gonna be waiting for a while.
Don't let Uverse slow you down. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be?
I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
And a great crowd representing the team from Mexico. An awfully good turn at the ballpark. Mexican team is always very well supported here, as the case with Puerto Rico has been here in previous years. But let's be honest, having Lafayette get to the next to last day and getting Hoosier North get to the championship game, that has helped put a few more butts in seats as well this week.
Absolutely. It's been great for the tournament here locally. And hopefully what it's done is added some pizzazz back, you know, for this tournament as they come back again next year, hopefully. And, you know, the fans come out with a great showing from the 2 local teams and playing on the final 2 days of the tournament. That's always good. It gets more crowds, more people in the stands, more money for the community, Pony Baseball, the Colt Committee.
Waiting for some of the presentations to the teammates to be completed. So Alex Avila now. Avila fly ball to right field last time up. Well, let's credit the job that Ben Miller has done. We were talking at the start of this game, hey, maybe he gets you through a couple of innings given the struggles he had yesterday. Here he is pitching into inning number 4.
Yeah, he's got it staked to a 1-run lead right now, and he's doing a good job of throwing strikes and pitching to contact.
1-1 the count. He has worked around 5 hits through 3 innings.
I mean, he hit a batter earlier, but as far as a traditional walk, he's now appeared in 4 games and gone almost 9 innings or so without allowing a walk in this game. And sometimes in a tournament like this, that's all you can ask for, throw strikes.
2-1. Up the middle, shortstop, can't pick it cleanly.
Boy, it looked for a minute that Platt was going to get there. And I think he just came up a little short there, hoping that was going to pop up, and it stayed on the ground. Gets right underneath his glove. You watch this one. Just can't quite get the glove all the way down, and then right off the foot as well.
So Gaxiola now at the plate, the catcher. Fly ball to center field last time up. Gaxiola, when asked about his favorite baseball team, he said the Red Sox. Favorite player, David Ortiz. Runner goes. He'll swing through, throw down a good one. They got him. Well, you could argue about whether that was a hit or an error, but what you cannot argue is that Owen Walbaum's arm has just saved another out for Hoosier North.
Yeah, he shows you again. The catcher play in this tournament, I was getting ready to comment on Gaxiola and how solid he's been behind the plate. But I don't think that Walbaum has allowed a stolen base yet in this tournament. I mean, he's one of those guys that if he's gotten a chance to stand up and throw him out, he's done it. Look, he's telling him, I got him, coach. Just let's go. Thumbs up. Give me the pitch.
Gaxiola in towards right center. Center fielder diving effort, cannot make it. It gets by him. Allen chases this one down. Gaxiola at second, going to make the turn, headed for third. Reyes' throw didn't get there in time. And that'll be a triple.
I love the effort from Talcott out here in center field. I do. He's had a great tournament, but I feel like you've got to let this one drop. You got to keep this in front of you and just keep it a single. You're in a one-run game right now. When that gets by him, that single turns into a triple basically for Gaxiola, somebody that's hitting sub 200 in the series. Breathing life into Mexico here, down just one.
And now with nobody else in the base pass, the Hoosier North squad will play their infielders in with Castro at the plate. He was hit by a pitch last time up. That's in for a strike. Castro says the Astros his favorite team. Jose Altuve, his favorite player. Ground ball, shortstop, looks at third, throws to first. Henning can't make the play there, and the runner will score.
Platt's got to just, you either got to eat it or you got to give up the run there. Looking him back is the right thing to do, but you've got to make a better throw than this. He rushed it knowing that he's going to go, and you put Henning in a bind over there at first base and try to dig it out.
Well, the errors starting to rack up now for Hoosier North, and this game is tied at 3. So 1 run now in the first, third, and fourth innings for Tijuana, Mexico.
Go back to that fly ball, hit the center. You'd have runners on first and second. You still have a 1-run game right now, even with the out. And actually, you might have had a ground ball double play there because he doesn't have to rush and throw to first. It would have gone second, maybe on the first for the double play. So it just shows you the little things in this game and how they can add up. I had a coach used to tell me, you don't always have to make the hero play, just make the right play.
Diaz was robbed of what he thought was potentially a bases clearing double by Rossi in the last inning. Ground ball to short. They'll get the lead runner, but no chance at Diaz down the first base line. 2 down.
I don't mind the flip. You get the lead runner, but I feel like Platt is close enough to the bag. Take that yourself and save the time of flipping the ball to your second baseman. Then your momentum's also carrying you towards shortstop. If he just grounds it here, runs over and tags the bag and throws it, you might have a better chance at getting the runner at first. But you can't argue with the play when you get an out and you get the lead runner.
Here's Hernandez. He's got a pair of base hits so far, the last one being a double. He would come around to score on that one. That was the ball that Rossi stumbled on in left field at the warning track and hopped off the track and over the 368 sign. Mexico has not hit a home run here in the tournament. This one popped up and gets out of the seats.
Mexico from the plate have done it kind of the traditional way. Coming into tonight's game, 21 singles and 10 doubles. They've played a lot of small ball and just station-to-station baseball, but they have been the most consistent team in this tournament coming into the championship game.
Just misses off the corner, 2-1. No activity yet in the bullpen for Hoosier North. And their top two pitchers in the tournament, Talcott and Davidson, both used their innings just to get to this point, that 12-inning victory against Aruba. Runner goes, foul tip. Diaz has turned back around.
Zero Hernandez, the ever dangerous batter in the batter's box with all those extra base hits.
Liner into center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Diaz stops at second. 2 on and 2 out for Mexico.
Have a day at the plate there, Mr. Three-spot hitter. Yasir Hernandez now 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. Seeing the ball well, hitting the ball well.
Vizcaino now, who singled his last time up.
Mexico trying to manufacture a little 2-out rally here. Got the runners on second, first.
Vizcaino an RBI earlier as well. Vizcaino says he hopes to attend Vanderbilt when his high school days are over with in Mexico, with the goal of becoming a professional baseball player. There's a young man now playing in the minors this year that we saw playing for the Los Gatos Legends a few years ago, Lucas Urseg, now in the Brewers organization.
A couple of the team players from Puerto Rico, don't remember names, Barrios maybe, one of the shortstops that was Barrios playing in the majors, in the Minnesota Twins organization.
Counted 0-1. This one, left center, center fielder drifting over. Talcott is there, makes the play, inning over. Mexico strands 2, but importantly, they plate 1. The 5th we go, now in a tie ball game at 3 apiece as you're watching the Colt World Series championship game on MTC Sports.
Came from Vader, removed it was his wallet. Smile it did. Ooh, at our Dente Dental.
Daily since 1969, Haley's Lock, Safe and Key has provided expertise and solutions when dealing with residential or commercial security needs. Whether you're looking for a safe, seeking access solutions, or in need of automotive keys, nobody can serve you better than Haley's.
One-on-one service and simply the best solutions we've been providing at Daily for more than 40 years.
Haley's Lock, Safe and Keys. Call, visit, or find us online. 2 locations, Crawfordsville and Lafayette.
I want to thank our friends at Haley's Lock, Safe and Key, one of our great sponsors for everything we do at MTC Sports. Heard their advertisement on the Cubs broadcast on 1450 WASK here in Lafayette as I was driving home a couple of nights ago. Colin Hall maintains his spot in the dugout. This would be his spot in the lineup. He left after being hit in the left eye by a bad hop on the infield in the first inning. Preston in his spot, up for a second at bat, and Duarte starts him off with a strike.
Yeah, for Preston, already Lafayette Jeff started back to school, so this young man got out of school a little early today, or maybe didn't go at all to come play in this one. Saw his father here today, too, maybe taking a little lunch break from principal duties over there at Lafayette Jeff. Mom, one of the principals at one of the local elementary schools, so that young man is probably one of the best behaved young men.
Well, in theory, you would hope so.
You would hope so. I said it in the earlier broadcast. I have a feeling that he carries around a big glass of Act Right. Kind of has to.
Did not foul that one off. That's a live ball. Viz Taeno there to snag the offering from Gaxiola. There's one down.
Yeah, again, catcher play in this tournament has probably been the best overall position. Every single team brought a catcher that just fits the mold. They make the right play. This one scoots away after the strike three, loses the gear, throws a strike down to first base in plenty of time.
And that is the first strikeout for either team in this game. So here's McCoy.
We were talking about Miguel Teal earlier from Aruba. I mean, he caught every single inning for Aruba. Not one pitch was thrown in a game that Aruba played in that he didn't catch. And, I mean, he took a beating. We even laughed that his home pants now look gray, and he just needs to wear those either as away or throw them away, period.
Again, Aruba making their debut in this tournament and getting to the final day. Tremendous for them. 1-1 the count.
A great hitting team was Aruba. Just got kind of stymied there, facing top pitching from Hoosier North.
Two and one. No activity in either bullpen. They're giving Gaxiola a little time to recover from taking that one off the inner thigh. And that's the smile from Duarte. You're talking about the umpire. We're just giving him a little extra minute here, buddy. He's going to be all right.
It takes time. Suck it up. You're messing up with my rhythm here. Let me get back out here and throw some strikes.
McCoy in his earlier at-bats tonight. Singled and had an RBI. He's now got 9 for the tournament.
Well, I tell you, baseball players are a different breed. That's all there is to it. And it's fun to watch these guys interact behind the scenes, off the field. I mean, you can tell a bunch of kids that mutually care for each other, great teammates, a lot of fun.
3-1. That single by McCoy was one to left field where he thought he might have had a chance to plate 2 runs. But Fierro made a tremendous play to throw out Rossi at home. That looms large now because that would have made it 4-1, and here we are tied at 3. And that's a walk. Last inning was the first inning in which there was not a walk for Hoosier North. So McCoy reaches for a second time tonight. And Henning at the plate.
For Henning, today at the plate, hit by a pitch, hit a laser to the second baseman back in the first. Best game post-game interviews we've had so far have come from Dylan Henning.
A man of few words.
Exactly.
Henning attends McCutcheon High School. Henning, when asked what he wants to do when he grows up, he goes, farmer, and then put in parentheses, crops.
I like his interest there, too. He likes working on diesel trucks.
Kind of goes with the whole farm background.
Right.
Of which we're not too far away from the cornfields, even in the heart of Lafayette. 2-1. Making the drive up here over the course of the last 6 days, I have realized, since I've come from Indianapolis on a daily basis, there has been a little less rain up here in this area than we've dealt with in Indy over the last few weeks.
That's by design.
Crops still look good, by the way. Corn looks great on 52 on the way up here.
It tastes tremendous.
Soybeans too.
I've had my fair share of sweet corn already.
3-1 the count. But a little drier. In fact, that trend has continued today. I was rained on in 3 different places going east of Indianapolis today, including at Indianapolis Colts training camp in Anderson, where the heavens unleashed at about 3:30. Swing and a miss.
Good cut by Henning. Nice pitch on a 3-1 count there by Duarte. He issued the walk a moment ago to McCoy, and he's falling behind here to Henning. That was a great pitch on 3-1. Needs another one just like it here.
McCoy staying put. Wasn't going on the pitch. The 3-2 had just won out, and Henning sprays it foul.
It's a stay alive cut there from Henning. Just get enough of it, foul it off. Try to live to see another pitch. Gotta wonder how much gas is left in the tank for this Hoosier North team. It has been a long day of baseball for these young kids.
They're playing in their 17th inning of the day. Off the hands, left center field, left fielder in, diving effort, makes the grab, has trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and that allows McCoy to hustle back into first base.
Boy, Fierro makes an unbelievable play out here in left field, coming in with a nice catch. And you're right, if he hangs on to this baseball, he's got him doubled off by a mile.
A little slow to get up, but that appears to be more good-natured than anything else. As Avila gives him a little slap and helps him up. I think that's more frustration, knowing that probably should have had his second assist of the night over at first.
Yeah, especially with his arm, that would have been an easy throw. When he got up, he could have probably just tossed that in nice and easy and still had him at first base.
Here's Platt to the plate. Platt 0 for 2 tonight. Pair of ground balls to second. Tucker says he is a big-time Cubs fan, and Derek Jeter his favorite player of all time. That does hit the corner, and activity will start to begin in the bullpen now for Hoosier North. And it's going to be Henning. They're going to try to get him a few warm-up tosses before he would have to go back into the game and play first base in case he is needed. He finished the game yesterday. Platt, that got by the shortstop. McCoy will stay at second, and that was just for Hernandez. That was one of those balls that caught him. I mean, wasn't sure he was going to catch it on the fly or pick it on a hop, and just couldn't.
That thing had a little bit of a wicked tailing action to it too, as it just never got more than about 6 inches off the ground and just kind of handcuffed Hernandez out there on what to do with it. Nothing he can do there. Good piece of hitting from Platt.
So Wallbaum now at the plate. Let's see if Hoosier North can take advantage of a bit of a gift from Mexico. This one's popped up. The answer appears to be no, and that is correct. Hoosier North will stray on 2, and that is a third straight inning with zeros on the board for Hoosier North. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Tied at 3, Hoosier North and Tijuana, Mexico on MTC Sports.
We love to see you here at the Farmers Bank. However, we know there are times you need to bank on your schedule, wherever you may be. With the Farmers Bank mobile banking app, you can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and now you can also securely deposit checks with your smartphone by simply taking a picture of the check. Download our mobile banking app today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life.
All the highlights. All the breakdowns. All the games.
All the analysis. All the live look-ins.
MLB Tonight. Bringing you closer to the game. All the time. All the time. All the time.
All the time.
MLB Tonight, every night. Only on MLB Network.
Tremendous fan support from Mexico. That's not a bit surprising. Hoosier North going to go ahead and make a pitching change now. We saw Henning warming up. I think the general feeling was that Miller was right about the end of his line tonight. They will keep Ben Miller in the game. He is going to play shortstop. They will move Henning over to the pitcher's mound. Looks like TJ Preston is going to move from third to first, and Platt will stay in the game and move from shortstop to third. So 4 different positional changes, all with players currently in the game. But it is Dylan Henning that gets the nod for Hoosier North here.
Great showing here by the fans for both teams showing up. It's about a 50-50 crowd. You were right, Greg, when you said that earlier. You saw some good signs. A lot of the flags from Mexico, from their fans. Always so proud of their baseball teams here at this tournament. One of the signs a minute ago said, Todos Somos Mexico, which means we are all Mexico.
So Henning on the mound. He faced 7 batters last night. Retired all of them as outs because another out occurred while he was on the mound. He officially gets credit for 2 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. He induced 4 ground balls to third base a night ago. And he will face Melendrez, Fierro, and Leon. 5, 6, and 7 coming up this time through for Tijuana, Mexico. Yvonne says the Red Sox his favorite team, but Jose Bautista his favorite player.
I like when asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you put baseball player, and then in parentheses, professional.
That would be preferred. And they're going to bring McCoy into the game to replace Reyes. And the reason being is that, again, you have to DH for the pitcher. And so they don't want to lose McCoy's bat. And so they will bring McCoy in to play right field.
That'll bring Allen into second.
Yeah, Allen is racing back towards the dugout just to change gloves. He is not leaving the game. After watching Allen play this, I could get the feeling he races everywhere, like from class to class.
He's always on the move.
Just running the entire time. So make that now 6 different positional changes for Hoosier North here in this inning.
This kid full of energy out there at second base. Now, last night we saw a change. I believe it was last night, where Allen came into second, and it seemed like every ball was hit his way in that inning. Had a couple of errors, but then made a few strong plays to make up for that.
The conversation continues between coaching staff and umpire to make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody is listed properly. And that's the joy of having seen these young men play for the last several days. You kind of get the rhythm and the routine.
I get the feeling that Onyx Aviles goes to Hartman and says, this is what I want to happen, now make it work. And then Hartman is kind of the middleman that relays all that information to the umpires for him.
Of course, one change that they made earlier with the injury to Colin Hall was the inclusion of Preston in this game. But Reyes is actually heading back into the game now.
So Evan Allen's getting his glove back. He's asking, where do you want me to go? They're going to send him back to right.
I think the idea is that because they want to keep Miller in the game, somebody's got to come out, and it's probably going to have to be McCoy. Because Miller was not in the batting lineup. And so that means just McCoy, they're going to have to pull McCoy from the game. And they will lose the DH going forward. Can't work around that because if you pulled Reyes, you had no one to put in his spot in the batting lineup.
I'm glad you have it all figured out.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd say I have an understanding. A general concept, maybe, would be as strongly as I would phrase it. You see Tim Bourdonnais, baseball coach, athletic director at Central Catholic.
Hall of Famer. You also see Chris Walker and his wife sitting up there. Chris, yawning a little bit. Been a long day for him. He helped me call that game earlier. 12 innings of baseball.
Chris and I had a chance to do the last 2 games together on Monday. Been a great addition to our staff here at MTC. So after a lot of marking up of the roster and lineup for Hoosier North, first pitch to Melendrez is ball 1. Good job by Ben Miller. He got Hoosier North to the 5th inning.
He did. I mean, a lot of times you just want that guy to go in there and chew up innings and try to limit damage control to give yourself an opportunity to win. And that's where Hoosier North stands right now. Now, Henning came in last night, got 7 outs, got the save for Hoosier North. Hadn't pitched in over a month and looked really good. And so he's got a little pop on that fastball. Him and Miller both pretty tall out there on the mound, so release point might be about the same for both guys.
10 for a strike. Six different players have pitched in this tournament for Hoosier North. Henning, Davidson, Talcott, Ross, Miller, and Reyes. Henning has thrown 2 2/3. Ross 2 2/3. Reyes 2 innings. And this one laced foul. And you would think that if Henning can't finish this game for Hoosier North, that Ross would probably be up next.
Yeah.
One and 2 the count. But you're right, we often kind of point out that righty, lefty, different deliveries. I would say facing Miller and Henning will be about as similar as pitchers as you could face.
Yeah, size-wise, the release point's going to be about the same. Now Henning a little bit more pop on his fastball, but yeah, somebody with a camera over there. I thought I saw lightning a minute ago, and then I looked and realized there's no rain in the cloud, but that's a huge flash point.
So 1 and 2.
Bray gave Walbaum an opportunity to run to the dugout and either change out his mask or do something there.
And a swing and a miss. Have to throw on to first to complete the out. They will. Preston stays on the bag, and in his first batter faced, first strikeout for Henning.
We saw Henning induce a lot of ground balls, and it was Colin All that had us back there defensively last night. I think 5 of those 7 outs he got were to Colin All at third base.
Henning did not get a strikeout yesterday, and that is the first strikeout for a batter from Mexico in this game. Fierro singled to lead off the second inning. Popped up to the shortstop in his last plate appearance. I think we're having that issue again down the first base line. Reason for momentary delay. Trying to bunt his way on, and this one won't roll foul. That'll be a fair ball. That's a base hit.
Well, that's great hustle, and it is right in between pitcher's ball and first baseman to go get it. And you couldn't have put one any more perfect down the line. Watch Fierro here. Waits until the absolute last second to put this bunt down, and the speed. I mean, it would have had to have been a clean pick and toss to first base to get him.
That's one of those that you hope as the pitcher that ball is going to turn and hit that seam and kick foul. You could see on that replay that ball was actually heading further into the field to play. Nothing you can do about that.
So Jorge Rodriguez will come in to hit here for Solomon Leon.
So Rodriguez now to the plate. Asks for time and gets it.
Rodriguez looking for his first hit of the tournament. He's had 2 at-bats for Mexico.
And they could be having him in, asking him to put down a bunt, which is exactly what he does. So he is in Leon's spot in the lineup.
As far as pitching depth is concerned, you would think Jorge Rodriguez would be the one to come in next for Mexico. So having him come in and pinch hit in this spot may switch some things up, obviously, because the DH and Leon.
Well, he could technically kind of stay in
Right,
there.
exactly.
And then take the DH's position. No sign of a bunt that time, 1-1. Rodriguez says the Yankees his favorite team. Mike Trout his favorite baseball player. Ground ball, shortstop. Will go the long way. It doesn't get him. Rodriguez legs it out for a single.
It's a good strong throw from Platt over there at shortstop, or from Miller, I'm sorry, after making the change there. Miller does a nice job getting to it. He throws a nice strong ball across the diamond right here, but unable to get the speedy Rodriguez in time.
You're kind of cheating towards second if you're Miller because the runner on first. You got the third baseman playing in on the grass, trying to take away the bunt. Perfectly placed ground ball by Rodriguez.
I'll tell you what's awesome too is for Mexico, they've manufactured 2 infield base hits and now a third.
Everything in the infield for Mexico. And this is really a part of the lineup that really had not been producing for Mexico.
This is textbook right here. This is small ball at its finest. And the ball has not left the infield one time in the last 3 at-bats, yet you have 3 straight singles.
And now the number 9 hitter, Ngaxiola, who tripled his last time up. That was the ball that got past Talcott in right center field. And the middle infield appears they are going to play back. The corner infielders are playing up. And Onyx Aviles wants to come out and probably not just talk with his pitcher, but talk to everybody in the infield as far as, hey, this is where the assignment needs to go and this is where the focus needs to be.
Now this is a huge part of this game right now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hoosier North needs a ball to bounce their way. Mexico looking to really have a huge inning here and distance himself from Hoosier North.
Ngaxiola 2 runs batted in. And again, we're seeing that issue with the flash coming from down the right field line.
I think the umpire's probably going to ask for some help here because they've made an announcement over the PA system, and there could possibly be a language barrier here on part of this, on just not understanding what they're asking of them. It's for the safety of the players out here for sure. I mean, that flash is something that when you have a baseball flying at you 80 miles an hour or faster, that becomes very dangerous. You saw what happened to Colton earlier off, a hop that caught him in the eye.
Popped up. Wall bomb.
Should have a play.
Spots it. 2 down. That's the absolute result you had to have for Hoosier North.
For Wallbaum there, he gets his counterpoint, and Gaxiola gets him out. But watch this. This is hit high. And Wallbaum, as he stands up and loses his helmet right here, he's almost like, oh, tilt-a-whirl. And he stumbles just a little bit, and then he squeezes and makes the catch after he made himself dizzy. Nicely done.
So Castro now. Everybody can back up in the infield, but clearly with Castro at the plate, the threat isn't over. He has reached twice tonight, once on a hit by pitch and once on an error. Ground ball to third base in his first plate appearance.
This will be huge right here if Henning can work himself out of this jam.
Castro began the night leading Mexico in runs batted in with 4. This is high 2-0. Obviously no place to put a man on here if you're Henning. 2 bunt base hits and a ground ball to shortstop that was an infield single has created this scenario for Tijuana, and now it's 3-0.
This is the worst case scenario for Henning right here. You just got the catcher to pop out, got that second out. Now any base in the infield is a force out.
And he misses. 4-pitch walk, and Mexico takes the lead.
So Castro able to just come to the plate and earn himself an RBI basically for standing there watching 4 pitches go by.
That's the first walk issued by a Hoosier North pitcher tonight. So Mexico, solitary runs in the first, third, fourth, and fifth. They take a 4-3 lead. And Diaz was robbed of a bases-clearing double, if not more, in the second. Finds himself in the exact same scenario now.
A lot on the line for both of these teams. 16 years since Hoosier North has won a Colt World Series. Mexico always been competitive here in the tournament, but has never staked claim to a championship.
0-2. Diaz into a fielder's choice last time up. Line drive, base hit.
Fair ball.
1 run will score. A second run will score. Getting the waiver out at third. Throw coming home. Wallbaum applies the tag. Runner is out there. But Diaz does plate 2. And the lead grows to 6-3 for Mexico. And all of a sudden, it got late early for Hoosier North. They now have 6 outs to score 3 runs. Diaz plates 2 here. You're watching the 2016 Colt World Series Championship game on MTC Sports.
I would like to think of myself as being a specialist in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer, is insurance. I have crop insurance. I know the importance of carrying high limits of liability. Price is important. It's got to be affordable. It's got to be a main part of my operation and operating costs because I can't afford to have a loss without coverage.
Pony baseball began in the summer of 1951 with the organization of the original Pony League in Washington, Pennsylvania. The league was originally designed to help transition 13 and 14-year-old players from the Little League Diamond to the regulation-sized Diamond. Today, more than 500,000 players participate in the Pony organization annually in the United States and in more than 25 countries around the world. For more information on Pony baseball, go to pony.org. Don't miss Pony Baseball for the world. Pure baseball, pure pony.
You kept waiting for that big inning to happen for Mexico, and with the offense they generated with 3 infield singles and a walk and a double to it, and they have now taken a 3-run lead.
For an old school fan of baseball, they are a fun team to watch. Solid pitching, great defense, and then you watch how they manufacture runs at the plate. There is nothing, they haven't hit a home run yet in the tournament. They don't hit the ball real deep. This is a team that just sprays it around the field. They'll go station to station. Like you just said, 3 straight hits that never left the infield for Mexico, and that's what starts a big inning. All 3 of those hitters come around and score a run for them in that inning.
All 3 runs for Hoosier North came in the second. And they are now in need of 3 runs in the next 2 innings. Their tournament run will end as the runner-ups. Duarte came on in the 3rd. He has given up just 1 hit since entering the game. So Reyes now into the game. Well, he's been in the game the entire time. Reyes at the plate. Want to know the count.
I tell you, Duarte, maybe his stuff hasn't looked as good today as it did the other day. You know, as far as the eye test is concerned. But he is just shutting down these hitters right now. He's inducing, even when the count gets fuller, he gets behind. He finds a way to battle back.
Reyes 1 for 2 tonight. Singleton scored back in the second. With 5 consecutive batters to reach base during that 3-run second for Hoosier North. When asked what he wants to be when he grows up, he says a pilot. And he hopes to attend Purdue University. Little flare, second baseman dives, doesn't get it cleanly, and Reyes hustling down the line. Turns into an infield single.
Well, that's a tough play there. The Diaz Castro almost comes up with. Watch this one again. It's coming down, and he makes a great diving effort to get it. Hits the ground right before his mitt.
So leadoff man aboard for Hoosier North. Talcott now to the plate. Singleton scoring a bunt base hit in the second. Ground ball to second base in his other plate appearance. Eli says he plans to be a chemical engineer when his playing days are over with. And he'll actually be a senior this fall, so we'll be thinking about those collegiate plans a bit more to the other young men in this game.
Right. Trying to engineer a little bit of a rally here for Hoosier North. Both corners come in. Give some words of encouragement there to Duarte.
Also probably talking a little shop as far as, hey, if the bunt goes down, here's where we're thinking about it. Diaz has played shallow the entire night. He is off the line and on the grass for Mexico and on the dead sprint. And I think Talcott was knowing he was taken the entire way. So shows the bunt trying to lure Diaz a bit further in, but also kind of rattling Duarte's cage a little bit, and it works. 3-0.
Yeah, I love the gamesmanship by Talcott at plate. I mean, I really do. We've seen him bunt successfully. He sucks that third baseman in down the line. We saw it in the last game against Aruba. He did it a few times, sucked him in, got him in there close, and then hit one right over the top of his head for a big single and then late in that game.
And again, Talcott will do the same thing, knowing he's not swinging. He didn't have to. Ball 4. And suddenly the tying run comes to the plate for Hoosier North. That is one thing that pitchers from Mexico tonight have done. They have given Hoosier North some extra base runners. That is the 5th walk of the night by either Aragon or Duarte.
And they're rolling back around to the top here with Colton Rossi. 1 for 2 on the game. Already has an RBI. kind of been that 1-2 punch with Allen coming up behind him.
And Rodriguez is going to head to the bullpen now for Mexico. And that's on the inside corner for a strike.
It's a nice first pitch there to start out the at-bat. They went all the way to the bullpen and forgot a ball.
Rather important. Rossi tonight 1 for 2 with a single.
There you go. One of the kids helped him out down in the bullpen.
And shows bunt. Nobody out. The idea potentially to move guys into scoring position with Allen's spot in the lineup coming up through. But again, the guys that are normally your 3 and 4 hitters are now not in the lineup. And to make a move with the injury to all. Rossi puts this one down. Race to first base. He's going to win it. Late throw, but not even close. And Hoosier North does to Mexico what Mexico did to them in the last inning. And suddenly the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, Colton Rossi, this is perfect. Puts the bunt down, watch the hustle down the line, and he takes a page out of the book. You couldn't have said it any better, Greg. Going right down the line, second baseman can't get there in time. And now you've got him loaded up with Evan Allen, the second leading RBI man on the team, coming to the plate.
By the way, already on deck for Hoosier North, Dold is in the spot where Preston has been hitting. We saw Tanner Dold get started DH in a couple of games for Hoosier North. Well, this is a guy you're not hitting for in Allen. Allen hit into a double play last time up. 2 walks previously tonight. 6 RBI for the tournament. He's a young man that had 2 extra base hits in 1 inning last night for Hoosier North.
And Allen's one of those guys, you're not going to strike him out. I think he struck out 1 time in this tournament so far. I mean, you may get him out, but you're not going to strike him out. And he forces you to throw him a lot of pitches. I would not be surprised to see him work a full count here or get deep into this at bat versus Duarte.
Infield plays in. 1-0. You'd all surprised to see the infield playing in with a 3-run lead?
No. I mean, I think I would put my middle infield back. I would definitely have the corners in for sure to come home. You're trying to get a double play, maybe give up 1 run. But, yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised that shortstop and second base are in as far as they are.
2-0. Duarte really has not dealt with much in the way of trouble. He had to deal with 2 runners on the base paths in his first inning. And 2 runners last inning as well. Time has been called. Allen taking all the way there. Strike called 2-1. By the way, over 2,800 fans here to catch the championship game tonight. Tip of the cap to everybody involved with the Colt World Series. It's been a fantastic week, capped off by a great crowd and a great championship game. Pops this one up. This will reach the seats. 2-2 the count. Count it 2-2. Rodriguez again continues to loosen the pen for Tijuana.
After being behind 2-0, this is a nice comeback here by Duarte.
Little reach into left field. Runner takes off. That'll drop. Everybody's safe at 6-4. That was pretty gutsy by Reyes.
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you, this is why you don't bring the second baseman and shortstop in that far, because you allow a little bloop like this. If they're playing at normal depth, there's a good chance that Hernandez gets to this ball as it drops about a foot out of the infield. You can't blame him for wanting to stop the run at home, but with a 3-run lead,
So this is Dold's spot in the line, or this is where Preston had been batting for all. And Dold will come in and pinch hit in this position. And Dold had a big day for Hoosier North earlier in the tournament. He had a 3-for-3 day over the weekend. Dold, a sophomore at Frontier High School. Infield again. Corners up now. The middle infielder's kind of halfway. They'll throw behind the runner at first, but no play there.
Not a bad idea trying to manufacture an out there with no outs in the inning, but you have to be careful. If you throw that ball into right field, it'll be a tie game real quick.
By the way, the attendance total for the week here in Lafayette, over 13,000. Two and 0. First runs for Hoosier North since the second inning.
It's a big at bat for Dold here, and they've asked him in tough situations to pinch hit throughout this tournament.
He's taking it 2-0. That's in for a strike. Runner at third is Talcott.
You know, for Dold, Rake, and you may have already said this, excuse me if you did, but hitting 500, 3 for 6 at the plate, a double and 3 RBIs. I mean, this is a gentleman that's been very productive, and he just can't get on the field because of the talent on this team.
2-2. Rossi at second base, Allen at first.
I'm hoping that was a sound effect of glass shattering that I just heard.
By the way, it is McCoy who is currently on deck. And that was the spot there was some confusion of where they could bring him into the lineup or how they would handle that.
A great idea. I'm glad they sorted it out and figured it out because McCoy is their RBI leader on the team. He's been the one that has come through in the clutch multiple times for them.
You almost wonder if he's going to re-enter the game for Miller, so to speak. We'll find that out next inning. Tough pitch for Dold to lay off of. That was almost strike 3. Ends up missing high, full count. I do not know if I could have kept the bat on the shoulder in a similar situation there.
I'm with you. I mean, the eye, the guts, the nerve it takes in this situation.
Off the hands, down the line. Foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. With having the umpire down the right field line, you have the 6-man crew tonight. That's not the first base umpire's call. That's the one in right field, and he immediately put the hands up as foul.
This is why they put him down there, because from our perspective, boy, does that look like a fair ball. That looks like it landed right on the line on that replay.
But Dold offered no argument on the matter.
You got to stay focused in this at bat. You know, the call was made. They're not going to overrule it and change it. The best thing you can do is get back in the box and get after the pitcher here. You got an opportunity to work your way on via a walk, which gets you a run, or a big hit here scores a couple of RBIs.
Strike 3. Got him on the corner.
Boy, that might have been one of the best pitches he saw the whole at bat, and I think it just froze him.
The second strikeout for Duarte.
Beautiful pitch. I mean, this one is right at the knee. I mean, right above the knees there. Just perfect pitch from Duarte. Paints the outside corner and perfectly put in the zone.
And again, as we speculated, this is McCoy re-entering the game. So that means there will have to be some defensive shifts that happen next inning. Coach Hernandez not going to come out and talk to his pitcher, and with the lefty Mccoy at the plate. I think they're going to bring the lefty in from the bullpen for this specific matchup here. They will. So as a pitching change takes place, let us quickly step aside. 6-4 Mexico in the homer in the home half of the 6th inning. The Colt World Series championship game on MTC Sports.
Since 1980, Phoenix Lawn & Garden has been family owned and operated. For over 30 years, the Thomases have provided reliable, quality brand name products and services to their customers. Let's face it, you don't make it this far in this industry with anything less. Generation after generation. From the initial sale through the life of the purchase, Phoenix is there every step of the way. Thomas's Phoenix Lawn & Garden, where we make tall grass short.
We chose Haley's for our video surveillance needs because we've had great luck with them on the lock, safe, and key side. And when we found out that they also do video surveillance, we right away knew that we could trust Rick and his team over there. I would definitely recommend Haley's Lock, Safe, and Key to any business owner. They take great care of you, they have good, fair prices, and service after the sale is tremendous.
For security solutions and unbeatable support after the sale, visit Haley's in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
So Rodriguez on to pitch for Mexico. And I think there's a little conversation about Rodriguez appearing as a pinch hitter in the last inning. And is he then able to enter the game as a relief pitcher? Now again, he pinch hit in the DH's spot. So is the question, can he stay in that position? Basically, enter the game as the pitcher, and the DH goes away for Mexico. So I think the same conversations being had in the press box that's being had on the field with the Hoosier North coaching staff and the home plate umpire.
Just got clarification. Had his spot come back up in the order, he would have been done.
But it hadn't yet. So, everything is all clear with the letter of the law.
Sometimes it's tough to keep it straight, especially when we're up here and the play's taking place down there.
So lefty versus lefty. McCoy, they asked, did he go? And the answer is no. 1-0 the count. McCoy walked his last time up, singled an RBI back in the second. Fly ball to left field before that. Infield playing about middle depth here with the bases loaded, but now one out. That does catch the corner. No need to ask as far as a check swing is concerned. 1-1.
Rodriguez has looked pretty good in his appearances we've seen briefly from Mexico when he's coming on the mound. He's got a little bit of jump on his fastball, a little movement. You talked about this situation here, lefty on lefty.
This one breaks behind McCoy. 2-1. So Rodriguez, the third pitcher of the night. Aragon goes 2+. Duarte goes 3 1/3. Duarte responsible for all three of the base runners currently on the base paths for Hoosier North. That's a strike. And Rodriguez is throwing at a speed that frankly Duarte nor Aragon were able to hit earlier.
And he's got some nice action on that ball from the release point to where it hits. I mean, it's quick. It gets on the batter pretty quick here. And for McCoy, you got to be careful. 2-2 count. It's a great opportunity to come back with that breaking pitch.
That almost broke into the strike zone. McCoy wasn't exactly bailing, but was turning away. Just missed. 3-2. Clearly, you can tell that Rodriguez thought he had him.
Rodriguez has got to be careful, though. You don't want to try to show up the ump here in this situation because you won't get the next one that's close either.
And this one lashed foul. Nice play made by the grounds crew down there. Coach McTaggart able to make that grab.
See? He's a coach from the game of baseball. Threw a no-hitter here at the Colt World Series against Hawaii back in the day. Look at him, still got it. Still flashing the leather.
Miss low. Bases loaded walk. It's a one-run game.
What an at-bat from McCoy. It gets him another RBI. And there were times in that at-bat where he just did not look comfortable facing the left-hander in Rodriguez. But he earns his way on right here.
6th walk issued by a pitcher from Mexico. McCoy now with 10 runs batted in for the tournament. And now Henning at the plate with the opportunity to drive in more. Henning a line drive to left field last time up. He's hit the ball hard both times. He's had a chance to put it in play. Strike call. Henning hit by a pitch. We start the 3rd inning. And the game at first base and now on the mound. Oh, 0-2.
Just missed that one right there, did Henning.
2 walks, 3 singles in the inning for Hoosier North. Reyes and Talcott have both scored. All 5 runs for Hoosier North tonight have come from the 7, 8, and 9 batters. This one not close to the zone, 1-2.
Got a pitch to waste there. It's not a bad pitch by Rodriguez.
Strike 3, got the corner.
That's what I mean. The pitch before, you'd rather miss there than miss and catch too much of the plate. He comes right back with the perfect pitch and sits Henning down, gets him looking.
The 2 outs they're sitting have both been in the backwards K variety.
And it's in the exact same spot, right across the middle of the strike zone. Catches that outside corner, and Henning knows it. As soon as it hits the catcher's mid, he's on his way back to the dugout.
So Platt with the bases loaded. Last time Platt singled. And reaches for this one and rolls it foul. Platt for the tournament with 4 runs batted in.
You know, I'm kind of surprised coming into this with, you know, bases loaded and minimal outs in this inning that they haven't tried to squeeze at some point in time or work them on. You've got Colton Rossi, your leadoff hitter, over there at 3rd, and you've got to try to find a way to get this tying run across the plate. This is a huge opportunity for Hoosier North that they may not get again. You've got to tie it up here.
Counted 0-2. Platt does have a pair of triples here in the tournament. And swing and a miss. So Hoosier North gets 2, but Mexico keeps the lead. To the bottom of the 6th we go in the Colt World Series championship game on MTC Sports.
Construction projects mean deadlines. At McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, we understand the challenges our customers face. That's why our team of professionals are here to help. From our knowledgeable support staff to our industry-leading service department, McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store are here to make sure you get the right equipment delivered on time. Whether it's Cat equipment, JLG lifts, or Solaire air compressors, we carry it all. McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be?
I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
It has been a good time down the first baseline this evening. There's been little doubt about that. 6-5 the score, heading on for his second inning of work. Some defensive changes for Hoosier North. Again, when Mccoy's spot in the lineup came back through, he then, if he wanted to stay in the game, has to enter in the field at this point. So he is now in right field. Allen officially moves to second base for Hoosier North. Reyes moves to shortstop because Miller then has to exit the game because there's no spot in the batting order for him.
Jack Ross came into first base there as well.
And that was the move that saw Preston being pinch hit for by Dold. So Ross is in at first. If you've got a uniform on tonight, more than likely you have played for Hoosier North.
And what they've done is they've set themselves up here, so if for some reason Henning gets in trouble, him and Ross will simply just switch positions. Ross will come to the mound.
Insurance run time for Mexico. It was 5, 6, and 7. Melendrez, Fierro, and then it'll be Rodriguez's spot. That was the DH position previously held by Leon.
This is a big out right here. Hernandez is 3 for 3 at the plate today. They have not been able to get him out no matter who's been throwing at him. If you let him on, you got to hold him to a single. You can't allow him to come up with an extra base hit here to lead off the inning.
2 singles and a double. That misses high, 1-0. You're right, 3, 4, and 5. My apologies, coming up this time through for Tijuana, Mexico. Well hit left field, but room to make the play. Catch made, 1 down.
Yeah, Rosie there again.
He got a lot of it, but he also got under it. Not really being hurt by the wind. It's kind of a lazy breeze blowing in from left, but was going to help move it out of the park. And with a step or two to go to the track, it's a long fly ball out. Vizcaíno, 1 for 3 tonight. He does have an RBI. Hoosier North 5-1 here in the tournament. Mexico 4-0 coming in, but again, once you get the championship game, winner take all. Line drive right field, but McCoy had him played perfectly. 2 well hit balls, but 2 outs.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Both of those balls hit well. But you see it right at him. Able to camp out there, hold tight.
And as is always the case, when you enter the game as a defensive replacement, the ball finds you quickly. So Melendrez now. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Does have an RBI and a fielder's choice. Looking ahead for West Lafayette. A lot of times when you say 7, 8, and 9, that's not good. But as we mentioned earlier, that's where the runs have come from for Hoosier North. 1-1.
Yeah, the runs have come from him and some base hits in this game as well. Wallbaum 1 for 2, Reyes 2 for 3. Talcott with a single. He's also scored a run off of a walk. So production been big from the 7, 8, 9 spot for them.
Sprayed foul, 1-2. Credit the Hoosier North pitching depth with having to throw pitchers 1 and 2 to get to this game earlier today. Miller and Henning have done what has been asked of them to keep their team in the game. They have given them an opportunity. One pitch away from getting to the 7th inning, down by a run. Just missed. 2-2.
I'll tell you, that pitch would have had me in knots right there for sure as well. That was a good pitch by Henning.
Henning might go right back to it. Ground ball, foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Fierro on deck if it gets to him for Tijuana, Mexico. Again, just missed. Wow. 3-2.
That looked like a really good pitch from Henning right there. But what I like from him is he's not gotten frustrated on either one of those calls.
And not close on that one. Second walk issued by Henning. Now Fierro, who singled and scored last time up. That was the bunt base hit that he pushed down the first base line.
And even with 2 outs, you got to be prepared for something like that again. I mean, Fierro has shown an ability to get on base in a multitude of ways. Ross holding the runner on over there, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't try it again. He's such a good hitter, though. I mean, he'd swing away, bunt. You never know what to expect from Fierro.
It's 2 for 3 tonight. Mexico trying to stretch their lead before it gets to the top of the 7th. Strike called. Driven towards center field. Alcott has in his sights, and the inning is over. Hoosier North trying to complete a remarkable comeback from a loss in the second day to the championship game. They've got one more trip through the lineup, trying to get at least one more to keep their season going on MTC Sports.
Hi, my name is Mike Witteving, President of Tecton Construction Management. We build quality commercial buildings using our trademarked integrated project delivery system called filtering. Essentially what filtering does is it reduces waste during the design, bidding, and construction phase of the project, which saves money. We scrutinize construction details and our hired contractors, which improves quality, and we manage risk in a way to reduce exposure to our owners during the project. Let us be your first call to help you quantify your vision within your budget. I hope to talk to you soon.
And as he does, Jalen Attaway comes flying in with the monster dunk. Get up, young fella. Down close to the first down. And it's caught. And he's going to take it down.
Could be the final inning of this 2016 Colt World Series. It is game number 19 on day number 6. Greg Rakestraw, Sean Walker with you on MTC Sports. Mexico and Hoosier North. Hoosier North took a 3-1 lead in the top of the 2nd. Mexico took a 6-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Hoosier North would answer with 2 last inning, but would leave the bases loaded. They will face Rodriguez on for his 2nd inning of work. Walbaum, Reyes, Talcott, the trio at the bottom of the lineup. But they have gotten to the base paths and done the damage tonight for Hoosier North.
Yeah, 2 lefties and a righty headed to the plate this inning, so that kind of bodes well for Rodriguez, allows him to have more benefit to that breaking pitch that he throws.
Walbaum has reached base twice, scored once. Time is called. Mexico looking for their first Colt World Series win. Hoosier North their first in 16 years. That's over for another strike. 0-2.
Hoosier North won it back-to-back years, 1999 and 2000, and since then it's been the drought.
Walbaum walked back in the 3rd inning. Popped up to shortstop his last time up. That clipped him. Got him in the elbow. I think Rodriguez is asking, did he drop his arm into the strike zone? But umpire is saying no.
I mean, he made enough of a movement to attempt to get out of the way of it. I mean, that batter's box is owned by the batter. Walbaum not necessarily crowding the plate there on that pitch either.
As long as you don't intentionally put your arm into the strike zone, you're not going to get called on that, period.
Right.
So pinch runner now into the game for Hoosier North. Payne will be the pinch runner. A little speed on the base paths with Walbaum, the catcher. For Dalton Payne from Harrison. Represents the tying run. Reyes has singled twice and scored both times.
That run right there at first base, so important.
Diaz playing it on the grass as he has throughout the night. Strike called, 0-1. He has 2 for 3 in total this evening. Had the runner leaning, tag, got him. 1 down.
From Payne, that is the absolute last thing that can happen. You're sitting there to pinch run, to protect that run, to value that run. And Rodriguez catches him napping over here at first base. Almost does a nice job of getting out of the way of the tag there, but he was a sitting duck. A good move by Rodriguez.
The advantage of being a lefty.
And the Mexico fans are excited.
One and one. Reyes had kind of dropped the bat, hitting. He might be putting a bunt down there. Before Rodriguez threw that ball to first.
That was the point I was getting ready to make, is he's 2 for 3 on the day, but that run is so important at first base.
Second base, Castro fires over to first, and Hoosier North down to a final out.
Well played defensively by Mexico. These guys, you can see the momentum amongst all of them right now. Is this one a slow chopper there, second base. Castro makes a nice play.
This is not to indicate a pitching change, just to make sure everybody is on the same page. Everybody's kind of got their emotions in check. A visit from the head coach for Tijuana, Mexico. Fitting for Hoosier North that a young man that, because of his arm, has gotten them into this position. Might have the final cut at the plate. And Eli Talcott.
Good shot of those fans there from Mexico. Such pride in the country. You see the flag represented, the shirts represented, rocking the colors, the signs. They love their team from Mexico, trying to see that first Colt World Series championship.
1-0 the count. Talcott is trying to get on to keep the inning going. Rossi is behind him on deck.
Talcott is one of the most clever hitters here for Hoosier North.
Sprays this one foul, 1-1. Well, this has been a Colt World Series that's been pretty full of parity. So not surprising the final game's a one-run game.
This has been a great tournament. Out of the 5 years we've covered so far, this has by far been the most competitive tournament.
Talcott thought about putting the bunt down. That hits the outside corner. Mexico 1 strike away from winning the title.
This is a good break here for Rodriguez. Gather your thoughts. You can tell he's a spirited young man. Deep breath here. Big strike.
Strike 3 called. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series.
Sometimes you just have to let things breathe, and that's exactly what that is right there. Joy, exuberation for a team that has waited this long for a Colt World Series title. Again, they have been competitive. We've seen it over the years. Young man from Mexico threw a no-hitter a couple of years ago. Watch this reaction right here, Rodriguez. I told you, he was ready to celebrate. He just had to take a deep breath real quick. He came back, he threw that breaking pitch again, and he caught Talcott looking. Congratulations to those fans and the team from Mexico.
Absolutely the perfect pitch. Mexico wins the 2016 Colt World Series. We'll take this time out. We'll come back with some final thoughts on tonight and on this series as a whole. It was a great one. We're back to wrap it up next on MTC Sports.
Jennifer Fuzz Mike, Trooper Money Slang. Aw, scram.
I'm Chris Mike, Jubby Robon, Shall gonna lead up in Kiss Bet.
Peace Charity, get town down. Cute-faced dummy way. Brood.
What?
With the top 100 shows preloaded, Xfinity is perfect for people who want to join the conversation. Catch up on the shows everyone is talking about. Get started with the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast for $99 a month for a whole year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Most of the time, commercials require a fancy voiceover to sell their product. But here at Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, we believe in letting these images speak for themselves. But I just can't help myself. Tantalizing. Delicious. I can almost taste it. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, Sagamore Parkway, Lafayette.
MLB Network brings you closer all season long.
That ball is gone.
With 5 games every week.
Are you kidding me?
And 200 games this season.
Unbelievable.
With MLB Tonight's live coverage every night.
That is so true.
And more highlights.
His 3,000th hit.
Analysis.
A fastball that cuts.
And live look-ins all night long.
Number 500.
Get closer to the game on MLB Network.
Mexico, the winners of the 2016 Colt World Series on MTC Sports, alongside Sean Walker, Greg Rakestraw. A tip of the cap to our tremendous MTC Sports crew. 6 long but fun days here at Loeb Stadium, capped off by a World Series championship for Mexico.
First one in the history for Mexico, and one that all these fans and players are going to remember for a lifetime. Absolutely exciting.
They finish 5-0 in this tournament. As you're watching the Ivy Tech Community College post-game show, their fan support has been tremendous over the years. They have made deep runs to the tournament. Tonight they are champions, and Sam Rumps is standing by with some post-game thoughts.
technical difficulties there with Sam Rumsa.
We'll try again here in a moment or two, see if we can get that conversation for you. Let's talk about what Hoosier North was able to accomplish here to make it to the championship game.
Ay, no sé qué más decirles, pero todo este juego y todo este torneo va dedicado a Víctor Rivera, a Tijuana. Víctor, ahí se hizo, papá!
This tournament, they play very hard in every game. And this tournament, they go and for Victor. He is the coach from Mexico when he cannot make it for some problem. But this game is for him.
And now we turn to our player of the game. Thank you, Coach Eric Diaz. What's it mean to you to bring the first Colt World Series championship to Mexico?
¿Qué tienes en la mente en este primer torneo que has participado y el trabajo que ha hecho México?
Me siento muy orgulloso de mí porque a pesar de es mi primer torneo en la Colt World Series, hice un buen trabajo y no jugué mal y siempre jugué con el nombre de México en alto y para mis compañeros también.
He feels very proud himself because he put in every game and every single inning all his effort, and they working very hard in Mexico to come for the victory this tonight.
You got a couple doubles at the plate tonight. What do you see from the Hoosier North pitching?
Tiraste 2 hits muy buenos. ¿Qué pensabas en ese momento cuando te estaban lanzando?
Lo único que pensaba era poner la bola en el juego y pues salga lo que pase.
Every time when he see the pitcher, he send it, he try hit the ball, and thanks God he got it.
All right, congratulations and go celebrate with the teammates. Thank you.
¡Viva México! ¡Saludos, Tijuana!
Guys, back to you.
Sam, great job at the course of the tournament. Did our post-game interviews, handled a couple of games up here in the booth. So again, sorry for the technical issues at the start. Brought you as much of that interview as possible. Congratulations to Mexico. Let's talk about what Hoosier North was able to accomplish. They go 5-2 in the tournament, lose by 13 runs on day number 2, and make it all the way to the championship game. Best run for Hoosier North in well over a decade.
You know, you got to go back before the tournament. This team struggled to even get in this year. They had to beat the Monticello tribe twice to even play in. So everybody from the outside looking in is going, wow, Hoosier North's not going to be that good this year. They barely got in. And this team came in and proved everybody wrong. What they did earlier today and then showing back up here and competing in a one-run game in the championship, my hat's off to them. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
And a great show for local baseball. The Lafayette All-Stars make it to the 4th place showing, if you will. Runners up for Hoosier North. We've had some runs from Lafayette over the last few years. To have them both go this far in the tournament was awfully exciting.
It's great for the Colt World Series, and it bodes well for the Lafayette area of baseball. There is a lot of young talent here. Expect to see some really good teams as the high school season rolls back around next year.
Well, for the tournament as a whole, it was another tremendous one. Congratulations to Tim Clark and everybody on the local organizing committee. Great job by the folks at Pony Baseball and having this event. Again, this is the 47th time the Colt World Series has been contested in Lafayette. It has been the permanent home of this level of baseball and this championship since the early 1970s, and we'll repeat the number from earlier in the broadcast. Over 13,000 fans were here over the course of 6 days to take in this championship for 15 and 16-year-olds. It belongs to Tijuana, Mexico. Good night. Thank you for joining us all week long as you've been watching the 2016 Colt World Series on MTC Sports.